like a chill experience. I had so much fun. I remember going home late at night and I was just so energetic. Like usually when I go to events now with people, my energy kind of shifted. Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to another podcast episode. I'm so excited to start today. I believe it's been so long, like literally so long. The last one was like last year on December. So, yeah, it's time to start. It's time to talk about new topics and new themes that are going on this year. And I literally can't wait. So, just before starting, just let me know how are you doing in the comments. What's been going on this month? We're here like literally. I'm so excited because it's also my birthday month. I already had my birthday. I already celebrated it. I am like waiting to have more people. Um, yeah, in the future because I honestly just celebrated by myself. Like nature really called me, so I had to go to a nice forest to just dance barefoot. It was literally one of my dreams. So yeah. So let's really focus on the issue here today, and it's basically speaking about environment. We're going to really dive deep into what you become on the type of people you surround yourself with. So basically, this podcast idea it just started the other day, a couple of weeks ago, when I went to a networking event for entrepreneurs because I was really excited. Like all this happened because I was feeling really bored. Most of my social circles here, I mean, no offense, but it's really not my type because all I see mostly in today's society, people have really no energy. And somehow I understand this. Like, it's a really dysfunctional society. We are forced to work. I really talk about this in previous episodes, especially on the one we talk about ocean economics, the types of economics, and the one that I really resonate with it, which is the Austrian perspective. So yeah, and we really grow up just being in alert mode, really in flight or fight, that really just have to survive. And we don't think about anything else, just surviving, just working, just going through college, high school, university, and whatever, and then going to work to the office. So what I see in many people, it's just the life spark, the life force, it just disappears, it just goes away. What most people are, they're like living zombies in a way. And it really bothers me because I was always like, since childhood I was always a lively kid. I always had this energy, and then I saw like my family and relatives, like they try to steal this light away from me many times. And but still I have like this fighter spirit, and I didn't give up, especially in my teenage years. That's where the fire, yeah, the fire, the fighter spirit, the warrior spirit, whatever you might call it, I just woke up. So I didn't really give up on that. I didn't really give up on, being a light for others and trying to be inspiring for myself and for others just as others help me. And it's really sad, like people around you, like you talk to them and you see that they really have no motivation. They really have no ambitions, no goals. They just live on autopilot and do nothing about it. And the worst case scenario, especially as a trauma recovery coach, is seeing them reaching to the bottomless pit, like the suicidal stage. It's really sad to see this, where we're coming from. And from this, what I truly believe is that people are unmatched. like we spend our entire lives, many of us, like the newer generations of souls that incarnate on this planet, we just are born in different, yeah, we're born in different societies. We're born, let's call this, on the wrong age, on the wrong time. But I wouldn't say that's totally bad. The worst thing is that we don't feel like we fit in, and because of this we tend to, like, our mental health tends to decline because we feel lonely, we feel isolated, and because of this we really don't have any reason to live on the worst case scenario again. We really don't know what we are truly doing. But yeah, again, like, the solution to this is just finding your soul tribe, it's just finding the group of people that truly understand you. And this can be hard in a society where you are just expected to act, to function, to be with certain groups in a certain way. Can be complicated. I understand this. But the reason of this, like, the reason is literally your energy matches with the type of people you are with. So again, coming back to my experiences, I really think it's important to mention that, back to the previous point, I really felt like it didn't match in any groups. Like, all my entire life, I was really, aside from being an introvert, and not only an introvert, I was extremely shy. Probably, I mean, I'm not going to just point fingers and blame people, but I think, like, part of the responsibility, where the way I was educated, it was like a pretty harsh environment, especially coming from the Eastern European side. And I was expected to do and to function a certain way. For example, like, I was expected to be like the top student, which I was, and not only like from the grades but also the manners, the education, the social norms that I had to do, especially as a girl, that we had to behave a certain way. So this, like, literally shaped me into a very shy girl, almost going to the antisocial. um it's not antisocial because it's not like to the psychopathic, like, spectrum. But it was really hard for me to socialize with people. Just for you to get an idea, I remember, it's one of my core memories. I remember I was like in preschool, I think, and I had like, I literally had like one or two friends, and when I didn't play with them in the background, like, play around, I was literally just talking with a tree, like, it was my best friend. And I was hugging it because I really remember that trees have this beautiful, calm, peaceful energy, like this even wise energy, like this wisdom. And sometimes I spend my playground time with the trees. I remember like teachers asking me, "Hey, are you okay? Where are your friends?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it." Um, another experience, if I wasn't spending time with a tree, another experience was basically I had like I think it was like a girlfriend with a tomboy haircut. And I remember like we're chasing around. It was pretty frustrating because I carried some car toys with me, and she stole them from me and she didn't give them back until the bell rang. Yeah, pretty annoying. you know so that's why it was pretty hard for me to socialize. Another experience was then when I had like a group of friends, and we were doing like fashion shows, and I was like sharing my jewelry with them. Yeah, it was pretty fun, and we're like playing, we're choosing like what kind of fairies we wear with the from Wings Club. And I remember my favorite was Flora, like the fairy of nature. But I was assigned like Stella, the fairy of like the moon and the stars and the sun. which now makes sense kind of due to my starseed nature. So I can understand this now, but it was annoying before because I was also a pushover. I didn't know how to like assert in my own voice. I was always taught to do and to listen to what my parents said. I mean, that's literally what every kid does, but for my case, it was extreme. So yeah, like fast forward to my teenage years, like my shyness didn't go away. It's also like my introvert side. I preferred being alone all the time. And I had like kids and people around me, they were like more extrovert than me, and they were like pretty loud, and I always prefer like spending time in nature. Like I remember I fell in love when we went to a field trip in Ireland to Dublin. I fell in love like the first day, yeah, we went shopping just to see around the city. But the rest of the days there were like kind of like a forest park. I don't remember pretty much when where we were, but yeah, there was like a forest park and like all the beautiful trees and all this nature, and it was so calming and so peaceful. I remember I saw the teachers going there to have walks, but I just enjoyed my time there alone. Yeah, it was like to reconnect and also to distress because I tend to pick up on energies from people and everywhere all the time. So it was a pretty nice experience. Then we also went to like another forest, which again I forgot the name. I need to really check it out, but yeah, and I was always like connected to the paranormal, to the other side. I remember we went to a graveyard and people were yelling, and I was like, no, don't yell, you don't need to like bother the dead. People didn't really take me seriously. Probably I was like the serious kid in a way for them, but yeah, like the same thing continued. I didn't really connect with people. Obviously, then I grew up. We had like these communities with Eastern European, mostly Slavic people. There were like people from the Balkans too, but not much in my town, hometown in Zaragoza. Um, but yeah, it wasn't like I only connected with my best friend who we share the same name. And we connected because we had literally like we had similar hobbies, we had similar interests. When I was a teenager, I really connected into witchcraft, mostly white magic, because I really like wanted to help people. I saw so much pain, I saw so much suffering. I still see it, but I don't let it affect me in such a way. Like there's still many days that I get affected, but not much as before. Because before, when I was a teenager, it was like uncontrollable, like it was chaos. So yeah, I was into white magic. I was into paganism. I was connecting to my Slavic paganism roots. I was also into Germanic paganism, also like into Celtic culture. Obviously, I enjoyed and still enjoy the Celtic and Scottish and all this type of Gaelic music. I'm a big fan of that. So yeah, we connected with this girl best friend because of this. And the connection with nature I had, like when I was a teenager, I remember I had like this connection to fairies. I literally wanted to become a fairy, maybe because I was like a fairy or like an elf or something like that in past lives, which I'm still discovering, to be honest. I'm still open to finding all about this. So yeah, then fast forward to university years. And also before that, I remember I had like groups of people, for example, in the summer camps, because of my father that was in the military. So I went to a military summer camp where there were literally like people from like all the sons and daughters from any men like families in the army, so they just went there. It was like a special place kind of thing, and it was an international thing from Europe. It was in Cantabria in Spain here. So yeah, and I remember I didn't really fit in. I didn't fit in, not even like with the Spanish kids, nor like in the like foreigners groups, because like each group was already formed. Like there were like the German kids, there were like the people from Italy, from Greece, from all these places in Europe. And I remember I just went like, I had the group with different kids that also didn't fit in. So we were like a guy from Poland, another from Greece. We connected for our love for astronomy. And then two girls, I think one was French and the other was Italian. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Um, but I like, even though I didn't really connect with people there and I prefer to spend my time alone, um I really enjoyed like the fun activities. Like I fell in love with fencing, because it was like a fancy way of fighting. Like fighting is usually, um we usually think of fighting, body to body, physical contact. But fencing is like a fancy way of fighting. And it's like, I don't know how to even explain it, but it has a way to me. Like I really liked it. And canoeing, of course. I really enjoyed all these fun activities that you doing in summer camps. Yeah, like fast forward in university, I also didn't. At first, I spent time with the popular kids, but it wasn't really my thing, because it was every time like either parties or like drinking. Which, by the way, I don't drink. I don't do drugs or anything, so I didn't really connect into it. And speaking of that, when you spend too much time in these places, you absorb all the energy. These places have like lots, like ton amount of spirits, entities, so, and astral parasites, obviously. So you have to be really careful. And I was aware of that, so it wasn't my cup of tea. I met friends with, again, a group of people that didn't really fit in any other groups, so we really we really connected, which was fun as well. But now, as the last years, I'm really like figuring out, realizing, understanding that maybe it's not, I mean, they're really good people, but maybe like I desire something more, like a really deep connection that gets into my soul. Because all I'm seeing in like everyone I met, part is society, part is generational trauma. It's all a combination of those, but I don't see the life, the spark of living, the motivation of living, the ambition, the goals, like the wish to live life, the happiness, the joy. I really want to see this in people. And it was really sad and disappointing to see what is coming up. So that's how I decided to basically go to this networking event. And yeah, I thought I would meet like older people than me, but imagine my surprise, where I met like people in my age range. Like if I'm 22 now, it would be like around maximum, I guess it would be like 30s for something. There were like even guys on, they were like 19, they were studying, there's even a degree for entrepreneurship and leadership. Like imagine how far society is growing on these skills. I'm really proud and really happy. And it was pretty natural, like everything flowed. I didn't really have trouble connecting with them. We talked about our projects, our future goals, the way we see life. And yeah, like I'm honestly going to more fun events like this. It was like a chill experience. I had so much fun. I remember going home late at night and I was just so energetic. Like usually when I go to events now with people, my energy kind of shifted. Before I was like a full introvert, now I'm more ambivert. I kind of like adapt in the situation. I can be a full extrovert. I can have fun with people, sure. But there's a point in time where if people really don't have a good energetic hygiene, I feel it and I tend to absorb it if I don't protect myself much. So what really happens usually is that at the end of the day, people also like they used to like trauma and dump all like the bend everything on me. And I'm like, I'm also usually the therapist friend, which you might resonate with if you are an introvert or if you resonate with being a healer. You might resonate with like absorbing everything, everyone's stuff. Like literally when I went back home I was so happy. Like usually I come from social interactions, I come fully drained. I have to like protect my energy beforehand, but after that I was happy. I was feeling energetic, like as if nothing happened. So I take it as a good step. Like that was my part of my soul tribe. I found my people who have ambitions, goals, motivation, and who are working towards it, and who are into self development, personal growth. This is what I'm into. This is basically what I like and what I seek in people. And you might be thinking, yeah, but I don't have the money to join these groups, or like I don't know, I'm an introvert, I have social anxiety. Like the thing here is you just have to face your fears, which we can go deeper into another episode. But it's a pretty easy, like you can join through Eventbrite in your city, and the way I joined is completely for free. They even invite you for drinks. Like you don't have to pay for anything. It's super easy. And yeah, you just like go there, introduce yourself, and you start talking with people. Pretty easy. There's no big thing. Obviously if you have like social anxiety you will have to like practice sometimes, but I really recommend you to go to these events. Even like if you resonate being a star seed, or if you are an entrepreneur and you're finding trouble like meeting people nowadays that share your ambitions, that share your dreams, this is like these are the places for you. And the main reason I'm recording this episode is to show you that I also noticed in my personal life that the more I connected with like-minded people, the more my life started improving. Whether it was like in an online community in Instagram, Facebook, other websites, or through real life, the more I started to manifest like just like this super quickly, because when you are with a group of people, it doesn't matter if you're an introvert, ambivert, or extrovert, it's the same thing. Your energy is mixed up, so you really have to be very careful and very selective with the people you spend your time with. Like people that are highly successful know this, and I'm like I know this myself too because I tried it on my own skin. Because I'm pretty intuitive, like I feel the energy from people. So you really have to be pretty selective. You can be like, oh no, but I like to accept everyone in my circle. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you will feel tired, you will feel drained, you will feel exhausted, and you will see that. So that's why I'm telling you this. The type of people you spend your time with, it really reflects the kind of life you're with. If you spend your time with people that really don't have any ambitions, that they just spend time, I mean, I'm putting an example here, that spend time, partying, um, people people, people that don't have any dreams or goals in their life, that they have like this saying like carpe diem, like, oh, you only live once. I don't believe you live once, because I experience past lives and I truly believe in them. It is all connected, like the energy with the people you tend to absorb, it's how your life is going to be. Like, we are quantum beings, we're energetic beings, and I think people should like stop normalizing like doing bullshit things, like wasting their entire lives. Obviously they can do whatever they want with their lives, but personally it's not for me. And if you're here, if you're listening to this episode, I know that you truly want more than what you are currently experiencing and what you're currently living. So just let me know what you're thinking of this episode. Just let me know, like, if you agree, what are your thoughts about this. You can share the link to this episode on your socials, on Instagram, on Facebook, or on other places. Yeah, I would love to have your opinion on this. And also, if you would like to see my experience, and not like experience, I would say like perspective on another thing, like I believe society is literally normalizing, which is casual sex. It's the same thing. Like when you spend time and sleep with tons of people, you're basically sharing your energy. You're not only sharing your energy, you're sharing your trauma history, you're sharing your generational trauma, you're sharing your energetic blocks, you're sharing all the astral entities and parasites and everything that you have. It's all being mixed up. That's why people that are truly successful and people that are enjoying, like truly enjoying their lives, they know this, and they are very selective of the people they spend their lives with. This is basics of energetics. This is like what everyone should know. But because we live in this functionality normalized as like something that we all should accept, we we truly forgot this. We truly forgot the basics. So basically the summary of this episode is like the your tribe, the groups, the type of people you spend your time with, it's the type of energy of life that you have. And it's really something important. That's why I have a community of survivors that I help and guide and support to truly heal from the abuse, so they don't start like choosing, the same types of chaotic people. I have a group on Facebook. It's called like Becoming Phoenix: Rise from the Ashes of Abuse and Toxicity, which honestly includes a 3 months mentorship program as well. It has all the details for you to fully heal and just become a powerful phoenix. So if you want more details, you can message me on my Facebook or Instagram at the same name for everything, Elisabetta Point SK, which is literally my name, and my brand and my business company. So yeah, if you're new here on this podcast, don't forget to rate it down below and follow me for more episodes, because more are coming, and I swear like each one it's staying like the best. It's getting better. And I'm always so excited to talk with you about all these topics. Don't forget to connect with me also on my socials. Again, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, I'm almost everywhere. You can find me pretty easily. So, hope you really have a nice day. From now on, I really want you to be mindful of the people you have connections with, and please don't be afraid to cut cords with anyone that you don't resonate anymore. Like, you don't need to please people just staying for them for the sake of being a nice person. You're really betraying your soul if you're staying with someone that you don't resonate with anymore. It's that simple. And you're actually taking care of yourself and doing the basics of energetic hygiene. Yeah. Just like physical hygiene, just like physical health and mental health, you need to take care of your energy field as well. Super important. See you in the next episode, and sending so much hugs and so much love to you. Bye.